understand why his sexuality is such a big deal. Like, I don't get, like, why is that such a hot topic? Whether he's gay, whether he's bi, whether he's pan, all these, whatever letter he is in the alphabet, why is that such a big thing? What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Today I am super excited because I have been wanting to do this video for a long time. It just took a little time because it takes me forever to get through a season. And I finished the season literally like an hour ago. It took me a while to set up my camera. First off, can we please talk about, I broke my ring light stand. I broke the phone holder that goes on my ring light stand, and my ring light keeps going off. So I probably broke something on that too, but that's neither here nor there. I just want to throw that out there because it was a struggle getting ready for this. I almost said forget it. I was that close. I was literally like, okay, if this don't work, it's a wrap. It's just not meant to be. But anywho, we are back, and today we're talking my favorite cast members from Bad Boys Texas. Bad Boys Texas, y'all. I liked it. I know some people said it was boring. I didn't watch season 1, so I don't have anything to compare to. But I am a reality TV show junkie, and I really liked it. It was cool. It was like Bad Girls Club, but with less drama. Not really less drama. It was just different drama. But it was cool to see. I really liked it. But let's get into some of these cast members. So I'm going to go from my least favorite to my most favorite. And if you think you know by now, if you know me, if you think you know which one is my most favorite, drop them right now. Pause this video and drop in the comments who you think was my most favorite, because it's probably going to surprise you. All right, so first off, let's go with my least favorite. It's Anthony. And the main reason, there's two main reasons. Number one, he was on the show for like 2 minutes. So I didn't have enough time to form an opinion on Anthony. But what I did realize is I didn't like that he said his friends followed him to the house. Like, you called your homeboys. It's cool. Like, because I would have done the same thing. I'm not going to a whole house full of people that got animosity, beef with me. I need backup. You could have just admitted that you called your boys. It's okay, because most of us would have done the same thing. But you lied about it and tried to act surprised, like, how they just know exactly where you at. Like, it's giving weird, but, you know. And then they were talking about, the beef was, he was talking all this trash online and all this stuff. And you get off the show and literally continue to talk trash online when you was right there. You could have handled it. But that's just that on Anthony. Like I said, he wasn't there long enough to form an opinion. So it's kind of hard. But that's just what I got from you, Anthony. That's it. But I will say, Anthony can take a punch. He sure did. And he did not back down. He was there. He was trying to do it. But he was getting jumped on, so I will give you credit for that. You stood 10 toes down. You try to take it like a champ. But I don't blame you for leaving, but that's why you're my least favorite. You just wasn't around really long enough to form an opinion. I don't know why I'm saying you, like you can watch it, but if you're here, that's why. Now we're going to number 11, which is also my second least favorite cast member. And I really didn't want to do this to my boy because he was a major part of my childhood with this group. But it has to go to Razby. And I'm not even gonna lie, he was my least favorite B2K member back then. And he was one of my least favorite cast members. So maybe it's just me with Razby. A couple things with Razby. First and foremost, the Bad Boys tattoo is outrageous. Like, it's outrageous because number one, you're not even a real bad boy like that. Like, you took a couple hits and then you wanted to leave, come back, leave. It just, you weren't giving bad boy this season to me. And he kept saying it so much. We real bad boys. We bad boys. Bad boys. Like, you said it. It's like he was trying to make himself believe it. So that's number one with Razby. The tattoo, insanity. Insanity. Because, I mean, you're not even all of that of a bad boy, for real. The next thing with Razby, I personally feel like he tried too hard for the cameras. Like, he wasn't himself. You keep having to talk about, you're a legend. Like, I perform for free. You got a legend performing for free. Like, if you're a legend, you don't have to say it, bruh. Like, just be that. Like, Orlando is also a legend, but he didn't have to say it 1,000 times. Like, everybody else was saying it for him. So yes, you do. You are part of the soundtrack to my childhood. I will give you that. But like, humble yourself, pipe down a little bit. Like, we get it. You remember one of the dopest groups of all time, but you kind of dragged it a little bit for me. So that's why you coming in where you coming in at. And then you got a whole Bad Boys tattoo because you a bad boy, but you get mad that you getting hit. Like, have you watched reality TV ever? You probably gonna get hit once, twice, 3 times. Like, it comes with the territory, bruh. Like, man up. You get your guard up, fight. You just now Chef D, you did sneak you. Not gonna hold you. He did sneak you with the sandwich, but other than that, like, you fight back, stand up, fight back. Like, you can't keep getting mad that you keep getting hit. Like, it's literally Bad Boys Club, and everybody knows Bad Girls Club. Like, they be fighting. So why you got up on these people's show and was acting confused is beyond me. I just feel like he dragged it a lot too when Adonis was like, "I'll murder you." Like, everybody really knew, like, he meant like fighting. Like, it's just how they talk, trash talk. At least I'm not gonna say everybody because maybe everybody didn't, but I just feel like he did a lot. And then he's talking about coming into a hostile environment. At first it wasn't hostile. You made it hostile for yourself because you were doing too much. I don't know if you was on that sniff or what, but you made it hostile for yourself because people were rocking with you. Try not to cuss. One thing with that thing, with everything that was going on in the blogs with Raz B, I do hope it was all a part of your mental health and that's why you were acting like you were. Like, maybe you're being triggered, multiple personalities. I have a degree in psychology, so I'm not going to diagnose you, but there were some mental health issues that did seem to arise. So you need to get that checked out before you even think about being on any reality TV show, because a lot of that can be triggering. So, but that you're still number 11. But mental health is serious, people. I'm not going to take away from that at all. So that's that on Raspberry. Next up, number 10 slot from Bad Boys, Texas. Carry On, my boy. Carry On is not a bad boy. Granted, he is on season 2. He's not a bad boy in my opinion. Let me go back and disclaim all of this. In my opinion, which, I mean, it definitely doesn't matter to these guys, but for my channel followers, for y'all, in my opinion, Carry On is just not a bad boy. It's just like, he's more like a space filler. Like, he wasn't given bad boy. He didn't really bring anything to the show. He was literally just there. Like, I don't even, outside of him being Kirk Franklin's son, I don't know nothing about Carry On and that he does music. And he wasn't even on the studio song. But Carry On is just a space. He's taking up somebody else's spot. I want you to win, Carry On. I want you to win, but it's just not giving bad boy. It's giving boy. It's just not bad boy. Like, it's boring. Like, if he had his own show, I wouldn't watch it because there's no depth to him. Another thing with Carry On is this. He does so much of this. Like, if you can't fight, you don't want to fight, just keep it closed, because you doing all that talking, especially in the confessionals, like, Texas Wood, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, like, and didn't do nothing. Like, you were running, and yes, Chef D is bigger than you, but size don't matter. Like, especially with the way you talk, size, you should have mink, something. Punch this nigga, shoot this man. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, he did a lot of talking in the confessionals, but when the time and space was actually there to exert that energy, the energy wasn't there. So I wasn't feeling that about Carry On. That was a big thing for me. Don't do all of this if you have nothing to back it up. Like, just be quiet. Just be like, all right, whatever it is, what it is, do you. I don't care about none of that. You was better off doing that. But saying you're going to do this, or I could have do that, like, you ain't do nothing. So, and lastly, when Carry-On called Natalie when they was on the bus, that solidified it for me. Because I don't like when people are like talking loudly enough for you can hear them talking about them instead of just saying it to them. I think that is corny. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Say what you got to say to me. Don't be on the phone talking loud enough for me to hear you, but not keeping that same energy with me. I'm right there. And you louder. The louder they get, the louder you get. Like, say, be like, I'm going to just call you back when we get to the venue. Like, that's just doing too much for me. It's giving very much, I need attention from somebody. And that's just what it gave to me. Everybody has their differences of opinion, but to me, it was just you doing too much. It's why? Why are you doing that? Just stop. Tell her you'll call her back. Or text her. Like, all that loud talking over people just to complain and win. No. Number 9. Number 9 is Big Lou. I really didn't know how to feel about Lou from the beginning in general, but he did bring more character than Carry-On. However, I felt like Big Lou was like on Chef D's side. Like anything Chef D said, he was like Chef D's yes man. That was number 1 for me with Big Lou. Like, be yourself, be your own person. And this is another thing. The whole thing with Ara, Big Banga, or whatever, was he was mad that Ara was getting in other people's beef. But in the beginning, Lou was fighting really over Jonathan's beef. They didn't have beef. They were fighting basically over Jonathan's beef. So it was definitely giving hypocrite to me. Like, how are you mad? But you literally did the same thing. So, like, you can't make it make sense for you and not make sense for somebody else. So, I didn't like that part about Lou. Another thing I didn't like with the whole Adonis thing. You had beef with Adonis, but you're not fighting somebody from the same city as you. I ain't never heard nothing like that. Like, if we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight. I don't care if, like Adonis said, we could have been born in the same hospital room. Like, what does that have to do with anything? But instead of you trying to fight Adonis, you tried to get Aura to fight Adonis and then got mad because Aura was like, it's like 10 people fighting this man. I'm not about to fight him. And then you calling him scared and all of this. It's like, you have real beef. You go fight this man. But we from the same city. Like, it's weird, sweetie. It's just weird to me. I don't know. And then right after Adonis came up in the house, Big Lou was up out of there. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's scared because he's obviously not afraid to fight, but it's just a little weird. And I know he was sick. I mean, you never came back. Nothing. I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much because I don't like to play with people's health like that. But it was just weird to me. And then he was still smoking and stuff outside after he went home. So that's just weird. But that's really it on Big Lou. Again, he didn't give too much. He's a fighter. I'll give you that. Like, he fought this man like 5-6 times. So he's not going to back down from no fight. But definitely gives hypocrite vibes. All right. And next up, this person, it's so funny because at the beginning of the season, I really liked this person. He was one of my favorites. But as the season went along, he started to go lower and lower on my list. And that is Relly. I loved Relly from Where the Money Reside. But some people just don't stay humble. And what I mean by that is he was on Aura about his clothes, his wardrobe, the whole season. Like, anytime he got an opportunity to take a jab at his clothes, he's talking about he living out of trash bags. He didn't bring a suitcase. He looked like he shop at Goodwill. I don't like bullies. And that's what he was giving to me to Aura. Like, talk about something else. Like, you do not always have to come for this man's clothing. You don't know what he's going through. This could be his big break. He might not have been as popping as you before you started the show. You never know what people go through. You just don't. That's why if somebody's out here with dirty, ratted up clothes, maybe that's all they have. And I thought Aura looked good. Now, granted, I am not Miss Swagalicious. Like, I have no swag, and I don't care. I like comfort, comfortability. I said that slow because it's a big word. It's hard. Um, no, I like being comfortable. Like, that's just me. I'm not doing too much. And that could just be him if that's what he's comfortable in. Why do you have to keep bringing that up on TV at that? What you should have did, you had so much to say, you could have got him some stuff like Jonathan did. Jonathan noticed, like, let me help you out, because everybody's not into themselves like that to really care. And yes, he's on a TV show, but why can't you be on the show and be yourself? And, or maybe he just don't know. Like, I don't know how to put stuff together like that. If I'm going somewhere, I'm definitely going to need a little assistance. So that's what you should have did. But instead, you just want to rag and rag and rag on this man's clothes. So that's one of my biggest things with Relly. I really liked Relly in the beginning because he was such a peacemaker, trying to be the mediator. He was definitely given like house mom slash dad vibes. He was like wanting to be around everybody and things like that. But as the season went on, he got more and more and more and more Hollywood. And it was just like, dude, you've been on one season. You talking about you a OG and all of it. It's 2 seasons. You were on last season. Like, I don't know. Just, you got to humble yourself because life comes at you fast. And if you're not humble, life will humble you. And that's what I was getting for Relly. Like, the bigger the show got, the bigger his head got. And I get it, you want to be confident, but it came to a point like you was acting like you was too good to be in the house. Just didn't want to be there. They talking about brotherhood. You like, we not brothers. Like, okay, and that's fine, but you kept saying it. Like, if that's not your experience, that's not your experience. But don't take away from everybody else's experience. Even after the show, like some of his stuff he posts, he's definitely a mean girl, and I'm so sad because I really liked Relly in the beginning, and I don't like the person that he has become as he's gotten more popular, but people show their true colors over time. Right after Relly, y'all was close. They was close. It's Chef D. I'm not gonna say Chef Teeth. I don't mind his teeth, but people be on his teeth. His teeth don't bother me. They are a little big, but he happy with his teeth. Chef D Monster, y'all. Um, no, Chef D. I don't know. Like, Chef D, he was like growing on me. Then I was like, nah, I'm good on him. Growing on me. Then I was like, nah, I'm good on him. But he's in this place because him and Relly were they close. But at the end, when Relly was giving very much, I'm too good for this, Chef D was still trying to be a part of the vibe, still being part of a group, still like wanting to be present in the moment. And Chef D definitely grew over the season. And he finally kept his hands to himself a little bit. I'm not even gonna hold you. I did not like Chef D. I don't like that. Jonathan was fighting Anthony. Then next thing you know, Chef D is fighting Anthony. Chef D throwing burgers and sneaking people. Like, then he snuck Aura. Like, I was just like, dude, I don't like sneaking. I don't like sneaking. Like, especially you in a household, you gotta. Yeah, you should stay on your toes, but I was not feeling that. I was not feeling the vibes on that. So, that was my biggest thing. Like, that's whack, honestly. And then get mad when people call you out on it about sneaking people or jumping in, like you not doing it, but you literally are doing it. Like, you literally, if you're not jumping in, you, as soon as one person's done fighting, here you go. Like, you're jumping in, you're sneaking people, all of the above. Like, yeah, call it what it is. Like, you're doing that. And then he was getting mad when Ara was saying it, but you are. Like, call a spade a spade. Just admit it. Like, that's just it. So that's not one of my big things. Another thing with Chef D, I feel like he was deriding Jonathan so hard. My twin, like, I get it. That's y'all cool and all of that. But every single time you reference this man as my twin, golly, boy, just hop off. Hop off a little bit. It's okay. Y'all can be cool, but it was just too much for me that my twin, like, every single time, definitely giving very much deriding, but Jonathan called him his twin too, so I guess that's what they do, but it was too much. Jonathan ain't call him twin nearly as much as Shifty called Jonathan twin. So that's just my opinion. Don't get on me, besties. Another thing with the my twin, when Razby brought the knife or whatever, however all of that went down, everybody had started to forgive him. Jonathan forgave him. And he's still like, well, you try to stab my twin. I can't forgive you that. I'm like, the boy who got stabbed, was about to get stabbed, even forgave him. Like, you're dragging this. And granted, I understand his loved one was stabbed to death, but I don't, to me, and I have to stress to me, because it's my opinion, I felt like he was dragging it. He might not have been to other people, but for me, it was just like, all right, you living in this moment. You living for this moment. You dragging it. Because the person the knife was put on even forgave him. He's trying to grow and go past it. So, that's just my opinion. And the last thing I didn't like about Shefty is he kept stressing the fact that Adonis was a replacement. Like, okay. Like, how many times you got to bring it up? Okay, he was a replacement, but he making noise. Like, why are we dragging this? We get it. Everybody knows. Everybody saw it. Everybody watched at the moment he came in. So we know you're a replacement. Like, you don't have to keep bringing that up to me, baby. Like, I got it. We good. We know. Everybody knows. So I didn't like that. But I will say, Shefty did hold Orlando down when Orlando was up out of here, out of his mind. Ooh, super lit. He made sure he was straight. So, yeah, I will say that. And it was very thoughtful that he put something together for his twin's birthday. So, I'll give him that. So, that's why he's a little higher up than Relly. Because he was definitely looking out. And he was more active. Like, you could tell he grew to start to learn and love the other cast members throughout the season, too. Coming in number 6. My 6th favorite cast member. I don't know, at one point we switched. But 6 is Mo City. I'm not gonna lie. Mo City, that man is fine. He is fine. Very, very fine. Not even gonna hold you. But he was sneaking people too. Like, I don't know, like, a lot of people weren't talking about that as much as Chef D, but like, Mo City, the only fight he had, like, squaring up was when they was in the boxing ring. Like, that was it. And, well, with the football. But once Prince put them mouth guards in, it was no fighting. So, like, probably because he didn't get the opportunity to sneak him. But, for real, like, Mo City was jumping into people's fights. It was like he was trying to have a moment. And, yeah. And outside of that, he really didn't give too much on the show, and he was so ready to kick out Ara for fighting. Like, it's bad boys. Like, it's gonna happen. So I didn't really like that. I also didn't like that he tried to call Ara out about his religion. Like, whatever conversation y'all had in private, if you know majority of the people have a relationship with God and all of that, and that's not Ara's relationship, that's not a conversation for it to be brought up in a community atmosphere, because then everybody is going to be jumping on him and trying to change his belief. It just wasn't the moment for that, in my opinion. If you could have had a separate conversation and tell him all that stuff, but to put him on blast like that, especially about something like religion to other black folks that are pretty big on religion, I wasn't really feeling that. I don't like that. Don't put him on blast like that, especially about something sensitive. And they shared that privately. Like, he shared that to you. So he felt comfortable enough to share that to you. So why you would do that, I don't know. One thing about Mo City is when the house was against him, he still said, like, you be on BS, but we still brothers. And then he also made it a point, like, to point out Razby's mental health and to say, whatever he's going through, we need to be there to support him. I do like that, because mental health is very, very big to me. So I do like that he was willing to be there for him in that moment and took a moment to acknowledge that there was something going on with his mental health. So I will give him that. So, and he's fine. Yeah. So, though, I feel like a lot of that sounded negative. It really wasn't meant to be negative, because I do like the show as a whole. But those 6 and below, I just had a few things that I wasn't really rocking with. and that's why they're ranked. Like, if I didn't like them that much, I wouldn't be on the show. Like, everybody still had good qualities, but that's just why they're ranked the lowest. Now that y'all know my least 6 cast members, y'all can still guess who my number 1 character is. I'm not gonna tell you to the end, so you just gotta keep watching. But I want you to drop in the comments, because I want to see who got it right based off of what you guys know about me thus far. So pause it, drop it in the comments who y'all think, please, because I really just want to know what y'all think. It'll be a fun little game. So coming in at number 5, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This person was the reason why I wanted to watch the show anyway. One of the main reasons why I wanted to watch the show. And I had so many mixed emotions about him this whole season, and I was so sad because I love him on social media. And that person is Jonathan. Jonathan, baby, don't beat me up. If you see this, I still love you. But I'm talking about in regards to this season as a whole. So number 1, Jonathan is so funny. He's so great. He's a big positive vibe. He's about that coin. He's about that money. And I completely am here for everything Jonathan. However, in this show, a big thing with Jonathan, I didn't like that he snuck Anthony. I did not like that. I just didn't. Because I don't like sneaking. Like, y'all could have squared up, but to, like, run up on this man and mink him when, I didn't like that. So that definitely gave me bad vibes, like, almost immediately, and I was so sad about it, because I was like, why? So I didn't like that. To me, he gave bully vibes a lot of the season. He gave diva vibes a lot of the season. Yeah, my boy. I was sad. But Jonathan still had some great qualities. Like, he was there for the guys. I liked that he went and got Ara some stuff, because he noticed his swag wasn't up to Bad Boy's par. He went and got him some stuff. He didn't make him feel bad about it. That was huge for me. I like that he rocked Adonis's pants to support his brand. I do like that a lot. But yeah, I didn't like, it just seems like certain ones he bullied. Like Rasby, he bullied before the whole knife thing even happened. It was just, and then he still punched him in the club. I feel like whatever happens in house should have stayed in the house. People on the outside shouldn't have known. That looks crazy as a unit for all of y'all, but I just mixed feelings about Jonathan. That's why he's in number 5. He's still one of my faves outside of reality TV, because again, they can edit stuff to make it look a certain way. We don't know everything that went behind the scenes, and seeing him on social media, I mean, he's definitely him. He's not doing it for the cameras. So, but it was just some qualities that I saw that I wasn't a big fan of him, but still love him. Period. Number 4 as my favorite cast member is gonna be Prince. I first met Prince in Love and Hip Hop, and that side was just very much messy, because that's what Love and Hip Hop is. Very messy. So I wasn't a big fan of Prince prior to this show, because I didn't like how he did some of the girls on the show. You know, I'm a woman, and we take some of that stuff personally. However, this Prince that was able to really show himself, I really grew to love Prince. Because number 1, Prince is Mr. Smoking My Business, and that's me. Like, I'm gonna head out when there's drama, because this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm chilling, bro. I'm here to get to the coin, and that's what he was here to do. He trying to get the bag, and that's why I love him so much. He wasn't with all the extra stuff. Even when people was trying to fight, like, he like, okay, we're gonna fight, but let's put the boxing gloves on. Like, we ain't gotta be knocking people's teeth out, getting them banged up. Like, yes, there's animosity. Yes, people deserve to get it out. Like, let's put on the boxing gloves. Like, do it like that. So that way everybody gets the animosity out. Everybody got their teeth intact and all of that. Because, you know, he's a pretty boy. And that's fine. I was here for Prince. I was definitely here for Prince. I love that Prince is him. He don't care who thinks he's gay, who thinks he's bisexual. Which, by the way, I don't understand why his sexuality is such a big deal. Like, I don't get, like, why is that such a hot topic? Whether he's gay, whether he's bi, whether he's pan, all these, whatever letter he is in the alphabet, why is that such a big thing? Like, who cares? He is him. Let him be him. Let him live his best life. And I'm proud that he is him no matter what. He's not changing, because that Prince on the show, as far as how he acts, how he dresses, is the same Prince that he is now. Like, I love that for him. I do. I just, because he doesn't care. And he has a great relationship with Relly. Whether y'all think it's he's in love with him, he likes him, I don't care. That's not my business. What I do care about is he doesn't let what others may look at him and say factor in who he's going to be friends with, who he associates with, how he dresses himself. He just does him, and that's me. So I'm rocking with you all day long. He keeps it real with everyone. I like that. He, even himself, like when they were boxing, he was like, I ain't gonna lie, like I got beat on round 2. Like, he's not afraid to admit it. Just like when they was about to fight playing football, he was like, yeah, if we're gonna fight, I'm not getting my teeth knocked out. Like, all right, let me put the mouth guards in, now let's fight. Because I understand, I'm not messing my teeth up. If you want to fight, I'm not gonna back down, but I'm also not gonna be out here raw dogging with my teeth out. Like, I'm gonna need to protect them. So that's why I rock with Pence. And I like that he defended Carry On when they kept bringing up being Kirk Franklin's son. Like, he don't like that, just so y'all know. So yeah, only two. Yeah, the only two things I can really say about Prince is I felt like he was bullying Ara a lot. Like, when they were talking about the jail scene, and he was like, "That's jail, bitch." Like, who? Nah, nope, nope, nope. Because I'm not gonna be your bitch. No, I didn't like that. I did not like that, not at all. I just didn't like it. I just felt like he was just always kind of mean to Ara for the most part. Like, I don't know. I just felt like he was extra mean to Ara. So, and I liked Ara. So that's my only two things I can really say about Prince. Other than that, that's Mr. Drink Water and Mind My Business. I love him. He's not afraid to be himself. He's not afraid to be around who he wants to be, dress how he wants to dress, to fit an image or to not prove he's gay. And if he is gay, I don't care. It's not everybody's business. Everybody don't have to come out because people want them to come out, which I don't think he's gay. I have lots of gay friends and gay brothers. Like, no, I have one gay brother. My brother's probably like, hold up. No, but for real, like, I don't understand why it's such a hot topic. So I'm glad that he out here doing him, being him. So Prince is number 4. Top three. So now y'all, it's really winding down now. So if you haven't guessed by now, y'all should really guess. I done gave y'all plenty of information. So I want y'all to drop y'all guesses, because I just gotta know. I want to know. So yeah, drop them right now. I'm gonna wait. Don't worry, I'll wait. Y'all pause it. Let y'all think a little bit. Number 3, big banger in this thing. Big banger in this thing. No, I love Ara, y'all. I love Ara. That's Mr. Get His Lick Back. Get my lick back. I can't say it like him, but no. That's Mr. Get My Lick Back. I loved Ara. I don't care what nobody says. I like that Ara called out people for jumping people. Like, I like that, because everybody else was thinking it, but he was the only one that said it. Everybody do all of this in the confessionals, but when it was time to say it, he spoke up, because ninjas was out here sneaking and jumping people. Like, it is what it is. Like, and we all saw it. So ain't no, it wasn't like that. From what I seen in real time or recorded time, either way, I seen it. They were jumping people, and I like that he called it out. And he didn't care about who it came with. He didn't care about size, how long you've been on the show, your status, none of that. Like, if he was jumping people, sneaking people, he let it be known. So that was huge for me. Like, you better let him know, Ara. They'll tell him you are not the 1 or the 2. And that's that. I felt like he was the most real, the most authentic. He didn't change for anything. He pulled up with his trash bags, with his regular clothes. He didn't go out and do all this extra. He was just him. He was the epitome of black boy joy. He was him. He bust out in a dance. I wish I could say it like him. But he was just him. He wasn't afraid to be him. He wasn't afraid to do his dance. That was just alright. Like, I loved him through and through the whole season. And he was going to fight every single day of his life till he got his look back. And I'm here for it. Because if we fight and I lose, we going to have to keep going. Because at least one time, at least I got to take a dub. So I was here for that too. And I like that even when the whole group was against him, he still stood 10 toes down. Like, he stood his ground. Aura is this big. He didn't care who it was. He did not let none of that stop him, make him worried, make him nervous, make him scared. He was just him. I love that. I love that for you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, he didn't care about none of that. He was gonna stand up for himself, stand his ground, no matter how many voices was trying to overtalk him. And that's why I really like Ara. Them confessionals and them really impressions. Oh my God. Chef's kiss. Literally. Ara is funny as hell. I love him. He's so funny. His impressions be on point for everybody. Anybody that he did an impression of was on point. He didn't miss, not once. So I give you that. The reason why you number 3 though is I didn't like that you didn't participate in football, and I didn't like that you didn't participate in boxing, because a lot of people didn't want to do it and they still did it. So part of being on the show, you gotta be willing to do everything. So that's why you 3 and not 2 or 1. But I still love you, Ara. Big banger, you know. Top 2. So it's between Orlando and Adonis. Orlando and Adonis. If you ain't dropped it in your comments yet, you have to drop something now. Like, you just have to. Because I want to know. I want to know if y'all can figure it out. Please. Please. No, but for real. Number 2 is the one, the only Orlando. And he is number 2 because number 1, That's So Raven was my show back in the day. I know that's petty, but I really love That's So Raven. And I like the fact that, yes, he was a legend way before That's So Raven, but he didn't have to say it. When you're a legend, it speaks for yourself. He didn't have to say it. He wasn't here trying to act like he was above anybody. He was here for the experience, and you could tell he wanted to gain brothers. He wanted to gain a brotherhood, and he did. He was literally like the little big brother that everybody looked out for. Like, he was just a vibe, and he really cared for everybody on that show. Like, he checked on everybody. When Razby had his thing, he called Razby's mama, bro. Like, that's a friend. He was really a friend, and the media tried to make this man look crazy, and I mean, he is a little crazy, but not like crazy like social media. I mean, yeah, the media tries to paint him like he's just funny, crazy. Like, I love Orlando. I'm not gonna hold you. I love everything about Orlando. He's funny. He gets lit. He turns up. He was still respectful of his wife at home. He gained a brotherhood. He was just that ninja. Definitely here for a good time. He was funny. His confessionals, him and Ara's confessionals, A1. Chef's kiss. A1. They were my favorite confessionals, especially Orlando. The first one, he was like, oh, why are people hitting people? Like, I loved him. I loved him. That's really it on Orlando. He was just it for me. I loved him. He was a vibe, and it was good to see a legend in a different light, not in the light that the media tries to make them look. Because he definitely wasn't giving crazy to me. He's just funny. Like, that's just what it was giving to me. But to my number 1 spot, number 1, y'all, it's Adonis. And Adonis had me from day 1. Any man that can come and fight in a house full of ninjas, what? You had my respect. Day one, out the gate. You had a house full of people on your head. You ain't let that stop you. You like, all right, this was it. I will fight everybody in this house. Literally, like, all right, who wants some? Who's next? Who's next? He even came for Orlando. Like, who's next? Let's get it. Come on. And that's how you got to be. Like, you didn't know what you were expecting. You came in there and demanded your respect, and that's what you got, period. So that's how Adonis got me from day one. And after that, he was smooth selling from there. He like, all right, so now that I'm fought everybody, I'm here to build a bond with people and showcase his talents. He was there and he did what he had to do. He did what needed to be done. Another thing with Adonis, he came to showcase his talents. Most of the other guys, I really don't know what they do. Like, but Adonis came, he used the show for what it needed to be used for, and that was to showcase his talent. So, good job on that, Adonis. He was there after the whole fighting thing. He did make a brotherhood. And he made more noise as a replacement than some of the boys that's on there. So, shouties to you, Adonis. And another thing is he is not Hollywood, not even a little bit. We have a Facebook group on it's on ZEUS Network in general, but he was on all the Facebook posts like he was just a regular smegular person. He was so humble. Yeah, fan favorite for sure. I love you, Adonis. If he's not on season 3, I'm gonna be tight because he needs to be there. He definitely brought that heat. He definitely brought the heat on the show. He deserves his own full season, not as a replacement, as Chef D said 1,000 times. He did that. He came in making noise. So Adonis, #1 spot as my favorite cast member of Bad Boys Texas, period. Overall for me, I thoroughly enjoyed Bad Boys Texas. I thought it was great. I enjoyed every minute. No episode really dragged for me. I thought it was good. I know some people say it was boring, it was this, it was that. I liked it. And I'm a reality TV show junkie. So, yeah. I want y'all to comment below who y'all's favorite were, your least favorite, all of that in between. And let me know your thoughts. And I probably forgot some stuff because the season was long. But I try to remember throughout. I didn't even realize I was going to make this video till like 3 weeks ago. So I was going off of memory of a lot of things. So hopefully this is about as accurate as possible because I was not trying to watch all the seasons again. I mean, the whole season again. It was good, but it took a lot. It took me forever to keep up with this season. So, yeah. But if y'all watch Bad Boys Texas, let me know all your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on this video. And until then, I'll see y'all next time.